Magma Darker here, and today we are doing a crazy deck profile. We're doing an EX Toolbox deck, which hasn't really seen any play since Black and White, but I'm trying to kind of revive it in Standard. And the main problem with this deck is it's not very consistent, so fair warning. And also, this deck costs a lot of money. So, if you're looking for budget decks, this is not the deck for you. I mean, I think the cheapest card is probably like $1, and the most expensive card is like $20. And there's a lot of $20 cards in here. So, if you're looking for a budget deck, don't make this deck. We have 4 Mew, 3, not 4. We have a lot of basics in here. Most of our Pokemon are basics, so this can use the attacks of a lot of our Pokemon. 2 Spritzee, 2 Aromatisse. This is so that you can move fairy energy around for a max potion, or we're going to be doing rainbow energy, so that can count as fairy while you're moving it. Also, 2 Sudowoodo. Watch and Learn is a good attack for, like, against Night March, or I don't know. But also, it's funny if you use Watch and Learn foul, and your opponent used Foul Play last turn, because then you have to copy Watch and Learn and then use Foul Play, and so it basically creates an infinite loop. So that's kind of funny if you do that. Don't do it in a tournament, because you might get in trouble for not keeping pace, but in just friendly play, that's a kind of funny move you can do. 2 Carbink. We use it because of the Safeguard ability, and because also Carbink Break. This is mainly for, like, powering up Sudowoodo, or it says attach any card from your any energy card from your discard pile. So you can attach a rainbow to Sudowoodo and then move it with Aromatisse. And since Double Dragon came out, it's a really good card. So we have many dragons: Giratina, Tyrantrum, and Flygon. Now, the only Pokemon that we actually use its ability is Flygon. Giratina is for Chaos Wheel, because it locks down your opponent. Tyrantrum, while its ability might be good, you mainly just use it for Dragon Impact. But Flygon, Voice of the Sands, is basically a listener, so that's why we have it. And then, for fire types, 1 Charizard EX. Good card for toolbox decks like this. 2 Flareon. This card is really good because if you have 4 Rainbow Energy attached to that, it does 130 damage, plus Fighting Fury Belt 140, and that's pretty good. 2 Seismitoad EX. This is just for its item lock, of course, and Grenade Hammer actually isn't a bad attack, but you're going to mainly use it for Quaking Punch. Also, we have the classic Evolution EXs, Jolteon and Glaceon. This is just to give you immunity to whatever. So, that's a good card. They both are. We also have 1 Darkrai EX, because Dark Pulse, the dark energy, can account for Double Dragon and Rainbow. So if you have 2 Rainbow energy and 2 Double Dragon energy, math is hard, like 140 damage, plus its attack cost, which you can use double colorless for, but still. In addition to that Darkrai, this is kind of the same deal. 2 Gardevoir EX, 2 Mega Gardevoir. Since this deck is kind of a fairy deck, Brilliant Arrow is good. Very good. We also have a Gengar EX. Dark Corridor is really good, and the switching effect of it is also really good. And since we have a bunch of Pokemon, and especially EXs, we have 2 Hoopa EX. This is for its ability, Scoundrel Ring. Amazing ability. We have, other than Hoopa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 EX Pokemon. Not including Hoopa. So that's amazing for getting out Pokemon. You also have, for our trainers, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Versus Seeker, standard cards, and also 4 Max Potion, because we're running Aromatisse, and so if someone doesn't get one hit KO'd, you can be really trolly with the Max Potions. And we, in addition to having 4 of those, we also have 3 Trainer's Mail. So this is to get out, you know, your Skyfield, your Max Potion, any trainer card really. And to make our Pokemon harder to knock out, Fighting Fury Belt. Because most of our Pokemon are basics that have enough HP for this to actually be useful. And the only Pokemon that have that high amount of HP are going to be Pokemon that we're going to be Mega Evolving with this tool. So there's really no need to attach a Fighting Fury Belt to a Gardevoir EX, because Mega Gardevoir already has high HP. So yeah. For supporters, you can really do anything you want with these 4. I do 2 Sycamore, 2 Birch. Most people do 4 Sycamore. I just do 2 of each. And 2 Pokemon Fan Club. This is really good because, like I said, most of our Pokemon are basics. So this can even search out a Hoopa. Or even, you can even do 2 Hoopas, which means you search for 6 EXs. That is pretty ridiculous. And then we have some 1-of supporters, 1 Lysandre, 1 Team Flagrant, 1 Hex Maniac. These are for Disruption, and Lysandre is, of course, Lysandre. And then our stadiums, we have 4 Skyfield, because having bench Pokemon is really good. This deck can hit for most weaknesses. I think all weaknesses, actually. But you want to have a lot of Pokemon in play at a time, so that's good. Our energy count is actually pretty high. It's mostly special energy, too. 2 Fairy, 3 Double Dragon, 4 Double Colorless, and 4 Rainbow. These are all really good for, I mean, Rainbow doesn't even need to be explained. Neither does Double Dragon. Double Colorless is for Darkrai EX, Mega Gardevoir, Seismitoad, even the Jolteons and Glaceons. And then your Fairy is because, since this deck is primarily Fairy, and your best attacker is going to be Mega Gardevoir, so we have 2 Fairy energy for Mega Gardevoir. But a lot of times you're actually going to be attacking with, like I said, Mew, because it can use the attacks of everything except for Aromatisse, Carbink Break, and Mega Gardevoir. So that was my EX Toolbox / Fairy Toolbox deck profile. It's not the most competitive deck ever. I wouldn't take it to a higher tournament than like states. Like that's probably the highest level of competitive play I would take this to. But I wouldn't take it to regionals or nationals or worlds because it's not that good. Fortunately though, if you do take it, there's not going to be a lot of people who have counters to this deck because it's an old deck that I kind of just revived. And so it doesn't really see much play anymore. So nobody has counters to it. So that's kind of a good aspect of it. But yeah, it's not the most competitive deck ever. Leave a like, subscribe, and keep on gaming.